Well, greetings and salutations, one and all. Back again is the Super Review Show's Mixed Bag coming to you live. Once again from Many Caves, as always. I'm joined by the esteemed panel of panelists here at the Super Review Show. Bill Murphy, how are you doing tonight? You're on mute. It's okay. He's doing great, everyone.
Oh, it's on mute.
Oh, wait, 1 sec. Here we go.
Really good, my friend. How are you?
Doing swell, buddy. Doing swell. Justin, how are you doing tonight?
Doing great. How are you doing?
No, I'm doing fine. And Vinny, what's going on, buddy?
Hey, everybody, how are all of you?
We're all doing very well. Thank you very much. So, this is just a friendly reminder of We the Best Podcast.
We the best, yeah.
We sure are. No, but as the title of this podcast suggests, alludes to whatever. Bill, what is our topic tonight?
Well, we all love the Beatles, John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr. And the hardest question imaginable, what is your favorite Beatles song? That is a tough question, isn't it, gentlemen?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but, we're not answering that question tonight, but we are answering questions. There's many Beatles songs. I Want to Hold Your Hand, Hey Jude, Help, that we all love to hear. But there are those that don't get much appreciation.
That could use a little help from their friends.
They could use a little help from their friends.
Exactly.
So tonight, our topic tonight is our top 10 underrated Beatles songs.
Yes, you heard that correctly.
And
Top 10
also,
underrated.
guys, I think I'm fit for this tonight.
You sure are.
For those of you who are listening to podcast form, I'm wearing my Abbey Road shirt.
Yes.
So I think... So tonight we are counting down our top 10 underrated Beatles songs.
Oh, yeah.
So, gentlemen, who wants to start?
Let's get down to business. Why don't we let Vinny, why don't you kick us off?
You know what? Before we begin,
Yes, let me
sorry,
kick-
Vinny.
Oh, no,
Before we
no worries.
begin-
Go ahead. I'll go right now.
Anybody have any honorable mentions?
You do any
Oh.
honorable mentions at all?
I know.
Justin?
I trimmed this to just 10, so I'm gonna refrain from honorable mentions.
Alright,
JT,
okay.
you have any?
No, I have my regular list of 10, so we're good.
3, but I'll lightning round them real quick if you don't mind.
No worries.
Go ahead.
Okay. 8 Days a Week, I think, is kind of underrated. I think it's a fun song to sing along to. Got a good beat. I Need You from Help, one of George Harrison's. That is such a good song. It's a very heart-wrenching song.
Mm-hmm.
And also, my last honorable mention is from Let It Be. It's called For You, Blue.
Oh,
Which
wow,
is-
yeah.
Which is another George Harrison song. George Harrison was a big fan of country music, especially Carl Perkins. So it has sort of that Carl Perkins type inspiration in that song. So, yeah, those are my 3 honorable mentions. Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I picked a good amount of George songs for this list.
I did too, actually.
Yeah. All right. So without further ado, Vinny, because I interrupted you, would you care to kick us off?
No worries. Let me kick off. So my number 10 choice is a cover they did from a musical by the name of The Music Man.
Okay.
So my number 10 song is an early cover. Till There Was
Till
You.
there was you.
I love the work of Paul McCartney singing on it. It's a really pleasant, beautiful song early in their career. I don't really know much about I don't really know the context of it in the musical. They did pretty good with covers early in their career, so this is definitely one I like a lot. I yield.
Yeah. I like that song, though. It's a
It's
very
good.
nice one. All right. Who wants to go next?
Justin, you want to take it away?
Sure. My number 10, this one's kind of cheating because it's technically a reprise. I'm talking about the Sgt. Pepper reprise.
Okay.
Now, the reason why it's only down in number 10, even though I think it's a rockin' song, again, it's the reprise. it's sort of like it's like the ending to the whole Sergeant Pepper experience, leading into A Day in the Life, which always gets the love. Um, it's that's the song everyone goes to when they think of Sergeant Pepper, but the reprise, it's such a rockin' song. I mean, there's a reason why they included it in the Love album remix. Because it's just when you have a rockin' outro to a song, it makes the song that much better. When you have a rockin' outro to an album, then you got something special.
And I just want to say it was cool when we saw Paul play that live in concert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know what? That really should have been the last track of the album, because I feel like A Day in the Life is a total non-canon song.
Yeah, but if you listen to the tracks isolated, it does lead into each other. Like the beginning of A Day in the Life, you still hear the applause of the reprise from before. Like, you can't really have one without the other.
That is true.
Thank you once again. Yep. Okay. Do you yield?
I yield.
All right, JT, you want to go next or want me to go next?
You can go next. Go ahead.
Okay, my number 10 is from Abbey Road, Octopus's Garden.
Ooh, that's a good cut.
I love that song.
I think it's a really one, because it's Ringo sings, so of course it's probably underrated.
Ringo sings, Ringo writes.
That is true.
Yeah, but I feel like the song is just it's just a very fun, wholesome song. I'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. It's just a fun. I feel like it's just a fun song, and it's just really wholesome. And I like Ringo's vocals in it, because it kind of gives it that nice ring to it. And also, if you want to hear an interesting cover of it, it's not as good as the original. But Samuel E. Wright, who is most known for being the voice of Sebastian in The Little Mermaid, in the 90s, he used to do these albums as Sebastian the Crab. And on one of them, he did a cover of the song Octopus's Garden.
That actually sounds amazing. It makes a ton of sense.
Oh, when you're done here, go listen to it. It's actually pretty good.
I will. I have to have some context about the writing of the song too, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure. I'd love to hear it.
So my family listens to the Beatles channel a lot. So I happen to remember Ringo talking about the writing of Octopus's Garden. He wrote it on Peter Sellers' yacht for some reason, and it's actually really interesting. I guess he was eating some sort of seafood, and he just thought up the song. Don't know where that came from, because you don't think seafood, but then again, it kind of makes sense, come to think of it.
Mm-hmm. One of the most random. That is a very random thing to happen. Who said that random things can't happen in
that is
in
true.
art?
Yeah.
Okay, so that is my number 10, Octopus's Garden.
All right.
JT, over to you.
All right, my number 10 for underrated Beatles songs. Believe it or not, is actually from their debut album, and it's kind of I think it's underrated, but I would say Please Please Me, the title track for their debut album. Mm-hmm. It doesn't get too much love outside of I don't know. I don't know. For whatever reason,
there's an argument for it.
I think so, because I think it just gets overlooked a lot, because I saw her standing there on it. It has Twist and Shout, and that's
exactly
the two big ones. But I feel like people forget about the title track of that album. But that's just me. Anyways,
I mean, the title track always gets forgotten.
Unfortunately,
mostly yes, that is true.
That's exactly the case there. So, no, I don't know. For whatever reason, I'm looking at my list, and I'm like, you know what? Please me, number 10. So because there's plenty more that I think are more underrated and should be more loved than what they are, but that's just me, and we'll get down the list as we go on. But anyways, let's jump back over to Vinny for number 9.
So my number 9 is a song sung by Ringo as well. This is not a song Ringo wrote. It was a cover of a Buck Owens song, Act Naturally. Ringo's voice to a lot of people can be an acquired taste. But when it comes to, here's the thing with Ringo. He can really do great on country music covers, and as his new country music album shows, he really should have gone that route after the Beatles, in all honesty. He does really good with it. He actually ended up doing a cover of this with Buck Owens later in time with Buck, and later in Buck Owens' career, and it was good. It's a very funny song. They're gonna put me in the movies. I just love the song. It's so fun, and one of Ringo's better songs he sang because it fits his voice. I yield.
I gotta listen to that. It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
All righty. What do we got? Justin, right?
All right, so my number 9 actually makes me a little mad because I'm a little shocked at how underrated this song is compared to the rest of their discography, and that especially since this was a single. I'm talking about Day Tripper. I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to like the singles, Day Tripper really doesn't get mentioned all that much, and it's really a shame because the that riff is some of the best work that McCartney has ever done.
Yes.
I have heard a lot of covers of that song, though, so that's why I didn't put it on the list.
Yeah, like I know that cover-wise, like musicians love playing Day Tripper.
Yeah.
But like when you listen to the radio and a Beatles song pops up, odds are it's not going to be Day Tripper. And you would think this would be one of the staples of Beatles music. I would think this would be like in the same tier as like Hey Jude and All You Need Is Love and I Want to Hold Your Hand. Yeah, I think it's up there. Just in terms of iconicness, because it's quite literally the greatest riff that the Beatles ever put out. No exaggeration.
You know, a funny story, Justin. When I, Vinny, I think you remember this when we went to go see Ringo.
Yeah.
And there was, I want to say it was right before, it was the guitarist from Africa, Toto.
Steve Lukather, yeah.
And Ringo's like, okay, you could play the next song. And then he starts playing the opening notes to Day Tripper. Doon, 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 doon.
I remember.
And then Ringo goes, no, we're not doing that one. We're not doing that one.
Ringo is very funny, I'll say that much.
And then they ended up doing Yellow Submarine.
Yeah, I just saw Ringo Starr for the first time, and he did that exact thing. It's really cool. So it's something cool.
No, we're not doing that. Okay, so over to me.
Yes, sir.
For my number 9, we got to give George some love here. My number 9 is Taxman.
Oh, okay.
I think I put it low on the list. Well, I just have to say it is probably one of my favorite Beatles songs. But I put it low on the list because I think it is a fairly popular one, but I don't think it really gets a lot of airplay. Because the song is actually about when the British government was raising taxes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like it's also a shot of the two British prime ministers, Mr. Wilson and Heath, go Mr. Wilson, Mr. Heath, because I'm the tax man.
I did not know that was who they were referencing in that song.
Yeah, they were two British prime ministers.
Oh, I always thought it was musicians or something.
And also, think about when you listen to the lyrics, the song is actually kind of sinister. Like,
I mean, the tax man is always sinister.
That is true.
But let me tell you how it will be 1 for you, 19 for me. And then it's the line. This is the line that I think is the most sinister. To my advice to those who die, leave your pennies on your eyes.
Oh yeah, George did not trust the tax man.
That is true.
And yeah, but no, that is sinister. It doesn't make it. Okay, I think even though it does have a fun beat, the song "Tax Man" this sounds like a song of a supervillain.
Yeah.
And in the chorus, when they go "Tax Man," it kind of reminds me of
Batman.
Yeah, I wonder if he took inspiration from that.
I can see that being the case.
They both came out around the same year, so
Why not?
who inspired who?
I know. And then
It's
and
like
then-
that X-Men Doom Patrol situation. It was so close together that you don't know who copied who.
and then at the end of the song, again, this is where the real sinisterness comes in. Go, tax man, and then goes, and your work, because I'm the tax man. It goes, and you're working for no one but me. So yeah, that's what I really like the song. It's a fun song, but once you listen to it, it's kind of a pretty sinister, dark song. Again, that line, to my advice to those who die, leave your penny on your eyes. I don't care. Just give me my freaking money. I don't care if you die. Give me your freaking money.
Yeah, it seems like a detached lyric from the tax man himself. He seems very detached from everything but his money.
Yeah, remember, if you take a walk, I'll tax your feet.
Oh, God.
How are you going to tax someone's feet?
Oh God.
I don't know.
Don't ask.
Yeah,
You know what? I think it's better off we don't think about that.
Yeah.
Okay. JT, over to you. You're number 9.
My number 9 is from Rubber Soul. And it's sticking with the theme of George Harrison, my friend. There's one George Harrison song that I've always loved, but I don't think it gets enough recognition. It was, I guess you could call it a deep track on Rubber Soul, because I to my knowledge, it was not released as a single either. But it's called I have the track listing right here too. 1 second. It was not released as a single. Yeah, it was it's a song called "If I Needed Someone."
Oh, that's a good choice. I love that.
Well, that's
song.
actually on my list later, so.
Okay, so I'm sure you got that later on. So we sort of right, not really, but no, it's such a great. It really showed how George Harrison went from your average lead guitarist for the Beatles, whatever, and really started to come into his own, not just as a songwriter, but as a really solid musician. Period. So he just did, like, it was so good, and one of my favorite, most underrated tracks. But it is my number 9 though. So yeah, If I Needed Someone from Rubber Soul. So back over to Vinny.
Excellent. So let me give you all my number 8. My number 8 is a song that John Lennon outright considered a throwaway. Off Revolver, and Your Bird Can Sing. Why exactly John Lennon quoted this song as a throwaway is anybody's guess. I think it's a really good song. I love the lyrics. It's a very, very well instrumental. The instrumentation's great. I mean, then again, I've heard John Lennon was very notoriously critical of his work.
I was going to say.
That's a song that he should not be critical about, ever. Great song. I love it. It's just, there's this one George Harrison, there's one tribute band I see every now and then. My parents call it the Dark Horses. They do all George Harrison stuff. They do a great version of that. They do a great version of If I Needed Someone as well. I yield.
All right, Justin, over to you, bud.
Okay. So my number 8 is a song that the more you look at, the more you think about, the less sense it makes. I'm talking, of course, about the glass onion.
Down the glass
Yep.
onion.
This was the Beatles' attempt at a troll song.
Hmm.
This was John Lennon making fun of all the people over analyzing their lyrics, so he just created a song of just nonsense. Pure, unadulterated bullshit.
And the funny thing is, maybe that song was targeted at people 60 years later who still analyze the lyrics.
Yep.
It's definitely
And people who are still obsessed with this song because this song is still promoting the biggest conspiracy in Beatles history.
Paul is dead.
Actually, I was going to say, who was the walrus?
Oh.
Ooh, I
Who
didn't
is
think
the
about that.
walrus?
Because according to this song, the walrus was Paul.
Oh, I've heard that. I don't think it's ever been definitively said, has it?
I think the most accepted belief is it was John, since one, he wrote I Am the Walrus, and two, in his song God, he said I used to be the walrus, but now I'm John.
Oh, I never really thought about that. You'd be surprised how many songs have been written that are really big and are just nonsense lyrics. You'd be one of the biggest ones, A Whiter Shade of Pale. Those lyrics were never meant to mean anything, per the writer of the song, Gary Brooker.
Yeah. And three, John's just fucking with us. Like,
Yes.
the whole song is like a glass onion. The more you look at it, the less sense it makes. Because a glass onion, even though it's transparent, has so many layers that the center is just so diffracted that you can't see the center at all.
Never really thought about it that way.
Neither have I.
I didn't put that together until the Knives Out movie came out.
Ah.
Hmm.
Thank you, TV Tropes.
Mhm.
I yield, and the reason. Oh, actually, no, not quite yet. The reason why it is so low on the list is because it is a troll song. It is one of those songs that if you're not into those kind of songs, if you like the more heady songs where you can really sink your teeth into and overanalyze, you're gonna have a headache with this song. Now I yield.
Okay. My number 8. I actually first thought this was from a later album, but this is actually from Beatles for Sale. And it's a song called I'll Follow the Sun.
That's a great song. I love it.
It is.
I can see why you would think it's from a later album.
How
It really.
I'll follow the sun to Here Comes the Sun.
Oh.
It sounds like a prequel song.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Yeah, before that Beatles song about the sun, there was this one. And the song itself is about finding the pursuit of happiness and moving on despite uncertainties and the quest for
Peace.
happiness, and all through just the quest to happiness through uncertainties. And there was a line in the song that says, "Tomorrow it may rain, but today I'll follow the sun," which means leaving behind old. It's basically about leaving behind your old lives and leaving behind your old life and going on to bigger and better things, and that you'll follow the sun. And even though, again, that one line, and it's not a long song. It's not even 2 minutes long. But the song, it's saying like, hey, there's uncertainty coming. It might rain tomorrow, but you know what? I'll follow the sun and things will be okay.
Aw, I like that meaning.
Yeah.
Me too.
And before I go on, I just want to say a quick thing, if that's okay, to my cohorts here. I want to begin by giving a shout out to my good friend Dan Long. He's a huge Beatles fan. And I actually sent him a link to this tonight. And I said, hey, why don't you give us your top 10 underrated Beatles songs, and I'll read them at the end. So check that out, folks. Okay, so yeah, that's my number 8. I'll follow the sun.
All righty. Well, now we jump over to my number 8 from the Beatles underrated songs. I'm going with a song off of the Sgt. Pepper album that I actually really appreciate more as time goes on, and it's this little short song that just it brings me pure joy every time I hear it. But it's on side 2. It's called Lovely Rita. Have you guys ever heard this one?
Yes.
I've heard of it, but I don't think I've heard it.
Yes, it is just a fun little part of the Sgt. Pepper album that is just really, really something special. It's like the perfect middle. Literally, is the perfect middle song on side 2. Like you can't go to, because I have them on vinyl. You can't listen to the album and then like it's fit so perfectly in there. Taking it out, I could actually miss it. So it's very very underappreciated in my opinion. So my number 8 is Lovely Rita. I was gonna say Lady Rita. Lovely Rita. Sorry, Lovely Rita from the Sgt. Pepper album, 1967. We go back over to Vinny for your number 7. What do you got, bud?
So my number 7 is the final non-George Harrison song on this list that I have. So number 7 is I've Just Seen a Face. One of my favorite Beatles songs. Nobody gives it much credit. And it's also been done really well covered. I've heard amazing versions of it by bluegrass artists. It's actually a shockingly powerful song about love, and I also love it Across the Universe. It's just
that version is actually very, very good.
I love that version with them in the bowling alley being, "I'm falling, yes I am falling, and she keeps calling me back in." I just love the song. And after this, basically because George Harrison had so many underrated Beatles songs, that's more or less the rest of my list.
Respect that.
Nice. Justin, somebody.
Okay, so my number 7. What day is it? Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. Next day is Friday. See how they run.
Nice.
Lady Madonna.
Yep, Lady Madonna. It's a fantastic. This was Paul McCartney doing Fats Domino, and he just knocks it out of the park. Whenever the Beatles do a pastiche of an artist that inspired them, it's amazing. And I'll get into another one a little bit later on in the list, but Lady Madonna was always one of my favorite pastiches that they did. This one of Fats Domino. The other one I have on the list I think is a little more obscure. but this one I think I like a little more. And it's just a fantastic melody, great piano work. Yeah, I love it. I don't know what else to say about it.
All right, Bill, over to you.
All right, my number 7, and this was a single. It's called "I'm Down."
Uh,
What's wrong, Justin?
didn't quite swipe right, but so damn close.
It's on your list too.
It's my number 6.
Oof.
Okay. And
Go ahead, Bill.
it's just such a fun song. It gives me sort of like a 50s rock and roll type of vibe. And Paul McCartney, I just love the beginning. When you're all laughing at me, I'm down. I'm really down. I'm down on the ground. It sort of has like that 50s rock and roll sort of R&B type rhythm into it. And I really like it. It just sounds like it's just such a fun song. It sounds like it's just such a fun song. And I remember seeing Paul McCartney perform it, not live, but I've seen him, the videos of it. And it was actually the last song the Beatles played at Shea Stadium that night.
Oh, wow.
I did read that, yeah.
How can you laugh when you know I'm down? Yeah, how can you laugh when you know I'm down? So that is my number 7. I yield. J-Man, over to you.
My number 7 is actually, believe it or not, from an earlier album, pre-Rubber Soul, pre-Revolver. It's one of my favorite. I believe Paul McCartney played it live when we saw him, Bill. But it's a song that he wrote. But to preface, George Harrison had a little help from his friend, George Harrison, and Paul had the song, but he didn't have the opening riff. The opening riff goes do 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 do, and that's "And I Love Her" from A Hard Day's Night.
Okay.
I have always loved that song, and it kind of gets overlooked by like the Hard Day. It's on A Hard Day's Night, which is probably like the best pre-trippy psychedelic '60s, most iconic, known for Beatles work album. Like I think A Hard Day's Night is probably the best pre-album.
I would argue Help would
Okay.
be up there too,
Justin,
but
Help is a great album.
By the way,
Yes.
my buddy Dan Long actually told me Help was released 60 years ago today.
Oh man, I love
it
that
was
movie.
60 years ago today.
There we
I
go.
didn't know that.
But I love A Hard Day's Night. It's probably just a solid collection of songs. But And I Love Her is my favorite, one of my favorite songs, a standout track on that record. I love that cut so much, and it just stands out to me in my head. So my number 7 is Do 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 Do, And I Love Her. All right, Vinny, number 6.
So my number 6, because I must warn you, my list is pretty fluid. I listen to enough Beatles music as it is. My number 6 is the first George Harrison song of the rest of my list. It's "I Need You." I love the song, the longing in it, just the way the guitar is. It's a very, very good song. I love that "I Need You," the longing in it, the singing, the way George Harrison sings it. It's just so good.
Very good song. Very good
Agreed.
song. I had that as my
You don't really hear much on any station outside of the Beatles channel. Like
You really
most of
don't.
the rest of my list.
So all of Vinny's list is going to be all George Harrison stuff.
You'd be surprised at how many underrated songs he's written for the Beatles. Basically, almost all of them.
Just letting you know, Vinny, any songs that was on his "This Too Shall Pass" album does not count.
Nothing off. No, I mean, I'm not counting anything off All Things Must Pass. Great album.
All Things Must Pass.
The problem is
What?
that it has some filler. The third record is just jamming, and I don't like it. The first 2 records are amazing. The problem is the album has some filler. I yield.
All right, Justin, over you.
All right,
Justin.
so we already kind of spoiled my number 6 before, but I'll say my piece about "I'm Down" now. This was Paul McCartney doing Chuck Berry. Not Chuck Berry, Little Richard.
Yeah.
I didn't hear that.
you can absolutely hear in the way Paul just howls with that signature bluesy how that Little Richard has. He does the same thing on Long Tall Sally. It's the same register. And it's the same tempo. It's like it really was like birthed out of Long Tall Sally. And it is an amazing closer, and I think it was originally recorded during the Help sessions, and then it was sort of pushed off to be a single later on. Don't quote me on that, but I think I read something about that. And also, Aerosmith did a kick-ass cover of it.
Oh, I've heard that cover. It's great. Like their cover come together.
Oh, that is very good.
Yeah.
All right, over to Bill.
All right, my number 6. The Night Before.
All righty.
From Help. And it's just that, you know what it is? It's like, the song is sort of like about a one-night stand, but and it's like, the opening song, we said our goodbyes the night before. And it's sort of like a one-night stand, but it kind of isn't. And then it's, them just singing. It's Paul McCartney's vocals, I think, which knocks it out of the park. And it's about, again, as we reminisce things that happened
The night before.
It must have been a good night before. What do you think?
Agreed.
Yeah. And they wrote a whole song about it. So yeah, my number 6 is The Night Before from Help.
All righty.
All right. J-Man.
Over to me, I guess, for number 6. Yep. So my number 6, I don't believe I heard it live because I've seen Paul McCartney twice. I don't think I heard this one live, but I remember when he first had a tour debut of this song in 2017 before he announced dates on his one-on-one tour here in the U.S. in the New York area. And I was first like, I don't think I've heard that Beatles song before. And the moment I heard it, I fell in love with it. It's The Fool on the Hill from Magical Mystery Tour. At first I heard it, I was like, the title's like, whatever. The Fool on the Hill. And then I was like, oh no, it's The Fool on the Hill. That's a great song. Very underappreciated off the Magical Mystery Tour album, which is a great album on its own. It's almost like a greatest hits of like their 60s, early mid 60s stuff, if you think about it. But The Fool on the Hill is one of my favorite songs off the Magical Mystery Tour. And it's overlooked a lot. So that's my opinion. But
can I say one thing?
Yes, what's up?
I think there was an overlooked opportunity with this song.
With The Fool on the Hill?
Yes, let me explain.
Sure, what do you got?
The John Lennon song Working Class Hero.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know the lyric, and you won't be like the folks on the hill.
Yeah.
Such a missed opportunity. Should have used Fools on the Hill.
That's a good point.
He could have. You're right.
He really could have.
It was too late, but he could have.
Was it though?
I mean, someone's going to do a cover of this at some point, and then they're going to redo it that way. So, but I yield. That is my number 6. Is The Fool on the Hill from the Magical Mystery Tour soundtrack. All right. Top 5. Finney, what do you got?
My 5th song of the top 5 is Piggies. It's a great song about class warfare. About the
wait. What's it called?
Piggies. You never heard the song?
I have not.
It's from
Piggies is a
the
song
White
about
Album.
class warfare, about the rich versus the poor. It's a great song. I love the way they have like little pig noises and have you seen the little piggies crawling in the dirt?
It's off of the White Album.
That
The White
explains
Album
a
has a lot
lot.
of filler. This is not filler. Love this song. Always have clean shirts to play around in.
It sounds like a song that would be on the same album as "Happiness Is a Warm Gun."
Or
Oh,
everything-
Piggies is a great song. I love the song. Other bands took on the idea of society becoming pigified. Procol Harum, theirs was much creepier, but it's not this song. You'd be surprised at how great this song is. Just give it a listen. It's definitely explains a lot about a lot of things. I yield.
I'm
All
still
right.
recovering. No, I'm joking. My number 5. Again, this is another one I am shocked it's not more popular. And maybe it's the subject matter. Maybe it's just not a popular thing to write songs about. I'm talking about Paperback Writer.
I love that song.
Great cut.
I don't know. Maybe writing about a guy getting rejected by a literacy agent is not the best, most appealing idea for a song, but it's still a great song.
Dear sir or madam, would you read my book? It took me years to write. Would you take a look?
I mean, it's a song about a really desperate guy who wrote like this 1,000-page manuscript for a novel. And believe it or not, Paul McCartney actually wrote this kind of on a dare.
Oh wow.
You see, his Auntie Lil went to him and said, why are you always writing songs about love and not songs about like horses or the summit or things that matter?
Mm-hmm.
So Paul was like, all right, Auntie Lil. And while they were on tour, I think Ringo was reading a book, and he was like, you know what? I'm gonna write a song about a book. Because of course he does.
Was it a novel by a man named Lear?
But another just great riff from the Beatles. Not quite as iconic as Day Tripper was, but like it sort of was one of those songs that had that sort of heavier feel to it. I think John Lennon actually called it the son of Day Tripper.
Oh, wow.
And it had this fuzziness to the guitar that you wouldn't really get until like another year or so later. To me, this is a song that ushered us into the second half of the 60s. I yield.
All right, Bill, over to you.
Okay, my number 5, it's from the With the Beatles album. It is Vinny's George Harrison song, Don't Bother Me. Okay, this is a song that nobody here has heard of.
I have.
Thank you, Justin. You're making me seem less crazy. I appreciate it. But no, it is a song from the With the Beatles album. It's called Don't Bother Me. And you could tell in the lyrics, George is just saying in this lyrics, guess what? Leave me alone. And he's like, I don't have time for you right now. Don't bother me. Leave me alone. I think it's about a girl who left him, and now he just is like, everyone just Leave Me the F Alone.
Yep.
And who knows if George would write something like that.
Oh, George is all. You never know what George is gonna write. He was always the quiet one.
Yeah.
Always the one with the southpaw.
The quiet ones you gotta watch.
Mm.
Yeah.
But no, I think this is actually a really good song. It's about it's just such a moody song. Again, I think it's about a guy getting over his girl leaving him. And he's just saying to everyone else, just, I don't got time for you right now. Don't bother me. Yeah, so don't bother him. Yeah, that is my number 5, Don't Bother Me, with the Beatles.
Alrighty, I guess it's down to my number 5. Here we go.
Yep.
So my number 5 is quite possibly the longest title in Beatles history. Let me just preface by saying that it's called Everybody's Got Something to Hide Except Me and My
Me and
Monkey. For the simple reason that it's the longest title in their entire catalog, and it's a pain to just find that. It's easy to find it on Spotify, I should say. But great cut from the White Album, fantastic cut. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. It's just it's very 60s, very very simple, but it's very underappreciated from the White Album. So I just got to say that in general. So, but yeah, that's my number 5. Vinny, over to you for number 4.
So my number 4 is probably the best work George Harrison ever did on sitar. And one of my favorite of his more psychedelic songs, a B-side called The Inner Light. I just love it. Makes me want to dance that. And of course, the more spiritual meaning of without going out of my door. I don't remember the exact lyrics, but I love the song. It's just a very, very spiritually powerful song. And of course, the line, the farther one travels, the less one knows. The great, great lyric. Out of all the spiritual stuff, it's probably my favorite of it. I yields.
All right, Justin, over to you, number 4.
Jeez, I feel bad that all my songs are Lennon McCartney ones. But my number 4 does include some sitar work from George Harrison. I will say that. My number 4 from Rubber Soul, Norwegian Wood, This Bird Has Flown. It's such an easygoing song with such a dark story to it.
Yes.
It's about someone who has an affair with a woman at her house. The woman leaves him and he burns down the house. Apparently this was birthed out of an affair that John had during his first marriage to Cynthia Lennon.
Aww.
Yeah, John Lennon wasn't exactly the
Peace and love.
shining beacon of character.
He was not.
Nah, he was not a good person.
He had moments, but he had some issues. He had serious issues.
Yeah, especially in the 60s. From what I heard, like later in his life, he did get better, but
And from what I can tell, the issues he had can be pinpointed to one exact moment when his mother got hit by a car and killed. That really affected him deeply. As the Plastic Ono Band album can say, that was basically a very public therapy for that. And of course, song
yes. I would also say, finding out that his sister is actually his mother.
That doesn't help anything either.
Hey, I got to tell you something really quick. A friend of mine, a couple years ago, near where I live, not giving out where I live,
Yeah.
But a friend of mine, he went to a art gallery showing for May Pang, For those of you who don't know who May Pang is, she was the woman that was a friend of Yoko's and John had an affair with in what's called the Lost Weekend.
Yeah.
And
Ah.
and my friend got the opportunity to meet May Pang because she was doing some art, some photography or some art stuff. And he asked, well, what was John like? He goes, John had issues because he was basically a hurt child. John was basically a hurt child. And like, you know, like you said, and like, listen, if I say this, I'm going to sound like an asshole, but usually shitty things that happen to you doesn't give you a pass to be an asshole.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
And, you know, and like, listen, I'm not saying John Lennon had an easy life.
He did not. Probably the most difficult out of all three of them.
Father abandoned him, had to live with his aunt, who was super strict. Again, he thought his mother was his sister.
Yeah.
Had to watch his mother got killed in a car accident when he was, 17?
Yeah,
17, 18.
A week after seeing him perform for the first time, too.
I think John Lennon had his issues, and I think what May Pang said was 100% correct. He was a hurt child. And listen, again, I'm not excusing any of this, because I said it once, I'll say it again. Just because shitty things happen to you, it doesn't give you a pass to be a bad person.
I'll say this, though. Mental health was nowhere near where it is today in terms of like progress and like advocacy and, you know, breaking down stigmas.
But you know, Justin, I hope you don't take what I said as, you know, cold and callous, but
no.
Like, if shitty things happen to you, but you're working through it, you're processing through it, and you're going to therapy and you're getting help, then okay, that's, you know, you're at least working on it. You know what I mean? You're working on it.
Exactly.
You're trying to better cope with it. And listen, I know it's not easy for everyone. But
what I'm trying to say is they probably would have like locked John up in like an asylum or something like that.
That would have been a really bad thing.
Yeah.
They probably would have. But no, that's what May Pang said about John Lennon. He was a hurt child.
Yeah.
So that's your number 4, Justin.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for my number 4?
Yep.
My number 4 is from the Sgt. Pepper album.
Okay.
For the benefit of Mr. Kite.
I love that song.
It is such a trippy song, and I gotta admit, the Across the Universe version is kind of creepy, but once you watch it, it's pretty fun.
I actually like the Across the Universe version more than the Beatles version.
Oh, they did?
I love that version more than the Beatles version itself.
Yeah. For the benefit of Mr. Kite, there's gonna be a show tonight with trampolines. And I just have like this circus vibe from it, this kind of creepy circus vibe. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That creepy circus vibe from it. I can see a ringmaster up singing that type of song and just showing you what's going to be in the show tonight.
Yeah.
And it is kind of a creepy song, but it is so much fun.
It sounds like, you know, I'm surprised Tim Burton never used this song in any of his movies.
That is a good point.
Yeah.
I'll just say that and leave it there.
No, you're right.
No live in a world. Yeah, no, but it just has that fun, creepy circus vibe, but I really like it. Okay. Okay, you're number 4, JT.
Yeah, my number 4. That was your number 4. I was being for the
That was my
benefit.
number 4, yes.
Okay. So my number 4 is It's funny. The more there's just so many songs that are just underappreciated by the Beatles in general. But for me, and I think someone touched on it before, actually, as I'm looking at my list, mainly because I just heard it live recently back in June when I saw Ringo Starr. But Octopus, there's something about Octopus's Garden, man. There's just something about that song. It's just so catchy, so cheesy lyrics, but it's so catchy, and I love Ringo's vocals on it too. People forget Ringo Starr's actually a really great singer too. Aside from being one of the best drummers of all time, he's a really good, talented guy. So people dismiss him way too much. So
Sensational.
yeah, he's like the greatest drummer of all time. So, but yeah, Octopus's Garden. I know someone said it before, but yeah, Octopus's Garden is my number 4. So, Vinny, what do you got? Number 3.
So, my number 3, yeah, someone pull it up. My number 3 is a song off soundtrack to the movie The Yellow Submarine. This song is only a northern song.
Oh,
Love the way it sounds. I love just basically George Harrison's attack on what Alan Klein did with the publishing rights to the Beatles. Also, Alan Klein is hopefully rotting in hell, that evil man. Like most music managers, he was a bad man. Do not respect Alan Klein, everybody. And only a northern song. I've always loved it. It's one of the first Beatles songs I ever loved. I yield.
Justin, over to you.
Okay. My number 3. You know, a lot can be said about the first song of an album. It's your gateway into the rest of the album. It's what's going to prepare you for what you're about to listen to. And when we first heard the first track on With the Beatles, It Won't Be Long, we were introduced to the new sound that was the Fab Four. Please Please Me, great album, great songs, but let's face it, the Beatles were still finding their sound a little bit. This is where they found their sound already. And this, I think, is the first tried and true Beatles song on the first tried and true Beatles album. I know Please Please Me is their first album, but this is the first one where they sounded like the Beatles. Full stop.
All righty, Bill, over to you.
Okay, my number 3 is from the soundtrack to Yellow Submarine. Hey Bulldog.
Oh wow.
And fun fact, this is actually Dave Grohl's favorite Beatles song. It sort of has, I think this is the time when the Beatles were starting to, that it wasn't just, okay, this song is kind of aggressive. It kind of has an aggressive beat. You can talk to me if you're lonely. You can talk to me. It started having a more aggressive rhythm, these type of songs. I think this is around the time when the Beatles were starting to go into, we're not just, I want to hold your hand and close your eyes. It was more, they were starting to, I don't want to say the Beatles were getting tougher at this time, but they were getting more, we're not just those fun little love songs that you like to sing along to. We're, And I think this is one of the more, it's not like super aggressive, but it's one of the more aggressive Beatles songs when it comes to rhythm and stuff. And I think John's vocals knock it out of the park. And also, fun fact, the original name of this song was actually called Hey Bullfrog. But Paul McCartney just randomly started barking during recording. Nobody knows why. He just randomly started barking. So they ended up changing the song to Hey Bulldog.
It works better in that case.
And let's see. Hey Bullfrog. Hey, but not Bulldog sounds better. So yeah, that is my number 3 is Hey Bulldog.
Alrighty. Excuse me. My number 3 is, believe it or not, off their last record, Let It Be. I didn't know the song existed until about 4 or 5, maybe 6, 7 years ago. But it is a really, really great song. It's called Across the Universe.
Oh, okay.
It's one of those songs. It's one of those songs like once you hear it, you forget about it. Sorry. Once you hear it, you're like, oh my god, it's that song, and it's like I forgot about it completely until I was listening to the other day. I'm like, oh my god, I forgot how much I really like this song. It's very underappreciated by most people's standards. And it's Lennon's the vocals and stuff like that too. But it's a really great cut across the universe. If you listen to just Across the Universe, get a chance to listen to it. It's really great. So my number 3 is Across the Universe. Back over to Vinny for his number 2. What do you got?
My number 2 song is yet again a George Harrison song. This song is Savoy Truffle. I don't love the idea of George Harrison singing about a bunch of different kinds of candies and things. And Eric Clapton, it was basically written about Eric Clapton's love of sweets. Eric Clapton loves his chocolates and his sweets. And it's a pretty interesting song. Cream, tangerine, Hotel Lima, ginger sling with a pineapple heart. It's just about candy. George Harrison singing about candy. You don't think it would work? It does. I yield.
How much you want to bet that was written in the same session as Scrambled Eggs?
No, it's on the White Album, Savoy Truffle.
I know, I was making a joke.
Scrambled eggs.
Oh, how I love me some scrambled eggs. So my number 2 was already mentioned, but it's Hey Bulldog. Bill, not gonna lie, you kind of stole my thunder.
I didn't steal your thunder. I borrowed it.
Okay, can I have it back?
Here you go.
Thank you. Anyways, yes. Originally titled Hey Bullfrog, this was meant for the Yellow Submarine soundtrack. They needed another song, so they, Bullfrog does appear in the song. So they really could have gone either way. In the beginning of the song, they do mention the bullfrog. At the end of the song, they mention the bulldog. So they really could have gone either way. But as you said, Paul McCartney started barking like a dog at the end. Why? He wanted to make John laugh.
Oh, okay.
Well, it worked.
Sure did.
Why? Because they're cheeky buggers.
It is British.
They're from Liverpool. They need to amuse themselves somehow.
Yeah.
So yeah, rest is history. It's one of the lesser known Beatles songs out there, especially from the Yellow Submarine album. It's one of those songs that if you didn't know about the Yellow Submarine album, you probably don't know about the song.
True.
The album that doesn't have the title track.
It's kind of funny.
You'd think they would at least reissue it onto the album. Anyway, I yield.
All right.
Bill, over to you. It's my number 2.
My number 2, and Vinny, I got another George Harrison song for you.
What is it?
And JT actually brought this up earlier. My number 2 is "If I Needed Someone" from Rubber Soul.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And the song is just, I feel like the lyrics are just very genuine. Like the lyrics, "If I needed someone to love, you're the one that I'd be thinking of. If I needed someone." And then, "If I had some more time to spend, it would be with you, my friend." And then it shows a lot of the genuineness of George's songwriting right there. And believe it or not, hold on, I gotta fact check this. I think this and "I Need You," I want to say it was about Patty Boyd. It was actually, I want to say it was about Patty Boyd. Let me look. Yeah, it was one of the songs that was about Patty Boyd. So, okay, for those of you who don't know who Patty Boyd was George Harrison's first wife. And then the song "Something" is also about Patty Boyd as well.
Yeah.
And then Patty Boyd ended up divorcing George and ran off with Eric Clapton.
I'm amazed those two ever became friends again after that, but they did.
No, you know what? You got to give them a tip of the hat how they still remain good friends after that. Like,
yeah, and basically the whole album Layla is basically a love song.
Sometimes
Especially
the bonds
title
of
track.
friendship outlast the bonds of love.
yeah, and even George and
That's a
Patty
good
was
point.
still on very good terms.
Yeah, I think she's still alive. I know that much.
What was that, Justin?
I said, wow.
No, they were still good friends.
I know, but
Yeah.
how? She
I don't know.
cheated.
Well,
As
I
you
know
said-
with George Harrison and Eric Clapton. In an interview one time, I've said this before. They asked George, "What do you think about Eric Clapton?" He goes, "Oh, we shared the same wife." But no, George Harrison and Eric Clapton actually remained very good friends. But anyway, because I remember in the concert for George, which was in 2002, Eric Clapton actually sang this song.
Yeah.
It was one of the songs that he sang. It was, but and that was actually the first version of that song that I heard. So I really like this. I really like the song. It's George's genuineness in lyrics. All right, so that is my number 2. If I Needed Someone, J-Man.
All right, my number 2 is actually off of an album called "A Hard Day's Night." I'm going back and forth a little bit here, but it is one of my favorite early Beatles songs, pre-Revolver, pre-Rubber Soul. It's a great song called it's Little to None. I don't even know if you guys know, but it's called "You Can't Do That."
I know the song.
I think I may have heard it once or twice.
Okay, I first heard the song on a documentary about that CNN did, called the 60s and 70s, they didn't touch on different parts of society and stuff, but they touched on the British invasion in the 60s one. And this is one of the songs the Beatles actually played live when they were still a unit and locked in and played and stuff back in the 60s before they stopped touring. And they were at the Hollywood Bowl and they performed live there. And this is one of the songs they played live. And I was like, and I never heard of it. I'm like, what is that? And it said it was called "You Can't Do That." And I said, great cut off a great album called "The Hard Day's Night." I love this track so much. One of the most underappreciated Beatles songs, truthfully. From their pre-psychedelic years. So that's just me. But yeah, so that is my number 2. We're down to our number 1. Vinny, what do you got? What do you got?
Oh, my number 1 is one of my favorite songs ever written. This is a song also off the Yellow Submarine soundtrack. It's All Too Much. I could go on for hours and hours. That's one of the greatest songs ever written. I'm going to keep it brief. So this song soundtracks is the final song in the movie.
Mhm.
I could not love it more. It's like a pure moment of catharsis when you need it most. When you're about to break down, it just brings out the catharsis in you. And also one of George Harrison's greatest works as a guitar player, and just one of their best works in general. The beginning to Yorma, basically dedicated to Yorma, Calkin, and Jefferson Airplane. It's also one of the greatest, so great at George Harrison's greatest guitar work. Ringo's best, some of the most interesting drum work Ringo ever did. With the double tracking of the drums, it was just, and of course, when the Grateful Dead do a great version of it. So, and I'm very biased towards Grateful Dead songs that were like this song specifically uncovered by the Dead. I love the song more than most songs ever written. Actually, it is my favorite Beatles song ever. It's all too much. I yield.
Wow. Justin, what's your number one?
Okay, so my number one is so underrated that I literally only discovered it for this episode.
Yes, what is it?
It is one of the few songs that Paul McCartney was not involved with from the Revolver album. It's She Said, She Said.
Oh,
Okay.
forgot about that one.
This song was inspired by an acid trip that the Beatles and the Byrds had with Peter Fonda. And I guess Peter Fonda said something along the lines of he said, or she said, he said, she said, or something like that. And inspired John to write the song. Paul kind of helped at first, but because of his aversion to taking acid at the time, he couldn't really get into it. There was a fight between him and John. And he was like, "Oh, fuck you," and he walked out of the studio. So this is one of the few songs Paul McCartney has no say in,
Aw.
Wow.
but it's a banger. It has such this she said she's, and it's just mesmerizing. I mean, it's off the Revolver album, so it's when the Beatles were really starting to get really experimental with their sound. So, without saying, but I really want to increase people's knowledge of this song because I think more people need to know it.
I've heard some really good covers of it too. Amazing covers by Government Mule and Lone Star, not the country band, it's a different band called Lone Star. Which is that's the problem with this song. I love their covers more than the actual originals. But I agree with you. Great song.
All right.
All
Bill,
right.
what do you?
Okay, my number one. I'm sure this is a song that not a lot of people have heard of. And this is actually one of my favorite Beatles songs. It's from Help. It's from Help.
Yeah.
It's called You're Gonna Lose That Girl. What's wrong, Justin?
I know the song. That's all.
Oh, you know the song. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, two of us know the song. I feel good. Okay. So this song is from the Help album. It's basically a song, I would say it's about a guy who has a girlfriend and he's not treating her right. And I guess his friend keeps telling him, hey, if you don't take her out tonight, she's going to change her mind. And if you don't treat her right, she gone. She gone. And I just love John's vocals in the song. And also, Ringo's playing the bongos.
Bongos.
Ringo is playing the bongos. And you know what? I find the song incredibly catchy. And I love the chorus when John sings, "I'll make a point. I'm taking her away from you. That's what we'll do. The way you treat her, what else can I do?" But I love that, it's basically a wake up say, hey, you got a good girl there, pal. And if you don't treat her right, she's out. She's done. But I actually first discovered this song. It was around 2009, 2010. When did Beatles Rock Band come out?
Around then.
And I remember on VH1 they were doing a special on that.
Yeah.
And they did. And they were like, and I thought I knew all the Beatles songs back then because I thought I was so freaking smart. I wasn't. Anyway, they're like playing this one song. I'm like, what is that song? And I just keep hearing, "You're gonna lose that girl." I'm like, I never heard this song before. Yeah, you know what was also in that same show? Hey Bulldog. Another song I didn't hear at that point. I'm thinking, okay, maybe there was a lot of songs I didn't know. And I felt like an idiot. But no, I really do like this song. I think it is extremely underrated. Doesn't get a lot of airplay. But yeah, my number one underrated Beatles song is "You're Gonna Lose That Girl." All right, J-Man, over to you.
So to wrap up this episode of the Super Review Show's Mixed Bag, my number one most underrated Beatles song is actually off Rubber Soul. And it's a song that we actually heard live when we saw Paul McCartney back in was it 2017 we saw him together? He did not play it in 2022 when I saw him then. But he has only performed the song a couple of times, and I never heard the song until I heard it live at in 2017 when we saw him. I had no idea the song existed until then. Well, when we were making this list tonight, I said, you know what? I might as well bring it up as my number one. It's called "You Won't See Me."
I know that song. When I get up early in the morning. That song?
No, it's "When I Call." I don't want to copyright us. You up?
Oh no, I've heard that song.
Yeah, it's I never heard it until we saw him live, and he performed it live during his middle acoustic part of the show. I'm spoiling stuff, forgive me, but no, it was great. I never heard that song before. I was like, it's a really great cut from Rubber Soul. I never heard it until that, and I fell in love with it. So that is my number one is "You Won't See Me" from Rubber Soul. We think that wraps it up, guys.
Well, also, real quick, I told you my friend Dan.
Yes.
I told him about this, and he sent me his underrated. I'm just gonna lighten around it.
Go ahead, really quick.
And this is in no particular order. "It's All Too Much."
Mm-hmm.
"The Inner Light." "I Will." "Rain." "Hey Bulldog." "Got to Hide Your Love Away." "Think for Yourself." "Wait." "Hold Me Tight." And "I Want to Be Your Man."
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Now, my buddy Dan knows a lot of Beatles stuff, so that's for you, Dan.
Yes, shout out to his friend Dan.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I think that's pretty much it.
Well, we want to thank you for watching and listening, however you enjoy us. And I thank so much for tuning to our podcast. As always, please, if you haven't already, follow us on our social media pages as well. Simply at the Super Review Show on Facebook and Instagram. Simply at the Super Review Show. We do a lot of posting and stuff out there. Bill has a sports something going
Sports
on.
Insanity Podcast on the Sports Insanity Network. Check us out. We're on all platforms. Reg and I will be ranting about the Yankees probably on Friday because Even though they won today, come on. They lose 5 in a row to teams they should beat with their eyes closed. Like, come on, man.
Amen to that.
And also, football season is just around the corner, so don't forget to check out all our NFL stuff on Sports Insanity Network. It's going to be great. So, yeah. Oh, and also, no JIMCC this week.
Yes. For those of you who know what that is, we do a show called Journey into Mystery Comic Club every Thursday night, but it's not going to be this Thursday. It's going to be returned the following Thursday after that. So we do it live on our YouTube channel only. Our YouTube channel, so check that out too. So yeah.
And so,
yeah, but for all of us here at the Super Review Show, please out there, stay safe, take care, and
be awesome.
be awesome.